my name is Abdul Rahman and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another machine learning project video. In this video, we are going to do the project of screen recorder using OpenCV in Python. Up to this point, we have done a lot of machine learning projects of detection and recognition, but in this video, I am going to do a different project in machine learning itself, and that is screen recorder using OpenCV in Python. So here I'm going to use the VS Code here. So I'm not going to use anything like JupyterLab or Jupyter Notebook, but if you want to use that, you can use it. So now let's create a file. So here I have already installed the VS Code on my computer and I have already created a folder known as screen recorder and that I have opened that in the VS Code. Now let's create a file known as recorder.py. Okay. Now guys, in this here I have done the mistake of giving the recorder.py. Okay, CORDER. Okay, now here I'm going to give that here in the something like here we have to use three libraries. The first one is OpenCV, the second is Pyautogui, which is a new library that we are going to use, and the third is Numpy. So first of all, let's import the CV to OpenCV. So for importing, it should be installed on our computer. So for installing, here I have opened the terminal that you can open from here, new terminal like this. Now here I am going to pip something like pip install OpenCV -python. Okay, now it's going to work here because this is also installed on my computer. But if you are installing the NumPy, then you have to type the same thing like pip install NumPy. But I have already installed that on my computer. Now if you are using the anacondas like JupyterLab or Jupyter Notebook, you have to type exclamation mark. If you are installing the OpenCV or NumPy, whatever it is, you have to type it install numpy. I'm going to get error in the VS Code. When I run this command in the Jupyter lab or notebook, I'm not going to get any errors. Okay, now let's type some more thing, and that is pip install Pyautogui, and this is also installed on my computer. Now if you are not installed, then you can type that. Now let's import here the OpenCV. Import CV2, and the reason that I am importing CV2 is because here we have to import the OpenCV, but OpenCV and CV2 are same because what the programmers have done, of the whoever created this OpenCV, is instead of importing OpenCV, they have given something like CV2, OpenCV2. Now let's import the Pyautogui, and then I'm going to import the numpy as np, because wherever I have to use the numpy, then I have to give something like numpy dot whatever it is. So if I give as np, then it's going to give something like np dot whatever it is. Okay, now let's use here the hide. Now the actual thing that we are doing here is we are going to write such a code that which will record our screen, that what I are doing. Okay, so there are other lot of softwares that with which we can record, like OBS Studio is there. If I open this, I have the camera also on my laptop, but here we are going to try this with the Python also. Okay, so it's going to work pretty much. Now here what I'm going to do is let's create the screen width and height, like how much I want. Okay, so I want to record the full screen, so for that I'm going to give width width, comma height. Okay, and this is going to be the variable I'm going to use, and I'm going to give the Pyautogui dot size, and the reason that I'm using the Pyautogui is for giving the size. Okay, now here I'm going to use the 4cc, and it's going to be equal to cv2 dot video writer, not the capture, because here we are not capturing the video, right? Here we are writing the video, right? It's going to record the video and then it's going to save that video, right? So here I am going to give video writer dot 4cc, and then in the brackets here I have to give here the codec, and that is mjpg. Okay, so we can give anything like any codec like xvid, something like that, but here I wanted to use the mjpg. Okay, now here I can give something like output that we have to create, right? So the output is going to be equal to cv2 dot video writer. Now so we have used that like cv2 dot video writer 4cc, right? So I'm going to give the video video writer, and then in the brackets I'm going to use the name of the video. Okay, whatever the video that I'm recording, there should be the name of the video, whatever it is. Okay, now let's give the name of the video, and that is I'm going to give output dot AVI or MKV or MP4, but I don't want to use MP4 here. I just wanted to use the MKV because if I've seen that in the OBS studio also there it's going to export the video in the MKV also. So I wanted to do the same, and that is output dot MKV. If it is not working with the MKV, then let's use the AVI. Okay, now comma this I'm going to give the 4cc and comma 30.0, and this is that we have given in the float, comma again we are calling the width and the height that we have given, like width height equals to pi auto GUI dot size we have given, right? Now width comma height, it's going to work. Okay, now here below this I have to use here the while loops, and that is while if it is a true case, if it is a case, then we have to give the image, and it's going to be equal to pi or pi auto GUI dot screenshot, screenshot, and for this screenshot here I have to give that in the screenshot I have to give, and log screenshots I have. Now I wanted to use the screenshot, and it's going to close here the brackets. Okay, now here I am going to give here the frame ME, and it's going to be equal to numpy dot array, and then in the brackets I am going to give the image. Okay, now below this I am going to give the frame, and this is going to be equal to cv2 dot cvt color, cvt. So we know that what is the use of cvt color, so I am not going to say that again. Frame and comma cv2 dot color bgr2 gray, we are using the gray color, right? So color is cv2 dot color, and it is bgr2 gray, bgr2 gray, right? So this is used for the fast processing, as I have said this a lot of time. Now here below this one I have created the frames for the video. Now here we have to write something like output, right? Yes, output dot, I have to write the video frame, right? And then I am going to give in the brackets the frame. Okay, now here we have done this one. Now I have to do the cv2 dot image show, and that is I am sure that I have given, and then in the bracket screen recorder. Okay, and then we have to use that frame, right? So for that I am going to give comma frame. Okay, now here it's going to work, but here I have to use here the if statements. For the if I'm going to give cv2 dot wait key, and then in the brackets I'm going to give the 1, and it's going to be double equal to ord, we are giving the order, and then in the brackets I'm going to give the q, and this is going to work something like this. Now the reason that I am giving here the q is, let's give that in the quotation marks. Now let's give here the break, remove this and break. Okay, now what the thing that we have done is we are going to write the video, do all of the stuff, but here we are saying that cv2 dot wait key, it's going to wait until if I press the Q, then the video should be quit. If I run the program and then it's recording my screen, then if I open that window and then press the Q, then the recording should be stopped there itself. And the one more thing that we can do here is CV2, we have shown that. Now what it's going to happen is it's going to open a new window where it will be recording that, like it's going to, the name of the window frame is going to be screen recorder, and then when we press the Q on our keyboard, then it's going to close that window, and it's also going to stop the recording, right? Now this is how we are going to do, but we have to write some more code for completing this one. Now let's go down here, some more down, and then we have used the CV2 then break. Now we have to output dot release. Okay, and then I'm going to do this, and it's going to be cv2 dot destroy all windows we are going to give, and then it's going to work. Now this is just the 21 lines of code, 1 2 3 4 5. So if you remove from the 5 lines, then it's also the pretty much right. Now let's run the program, and then let's check whether is it working or not. So here I think it's not going to work. Okay, so it's working, right? So it's just recording my screen, as you can see here. Now if I minimize this one and if I do other stuff, now let's open this one, let's open the VS Code, and here it's also working. Now as you can see here, my video is still recording here, that you see. If I open this, it's opening a lot of windows. Now I'm going to press the Q on my keyboard and it's going to close. Okay, now this video will be saved here. If you see output.mkv, and it's not going to open from here. Let's open it through the VLC media player. In the code machine learning projects, and we have the screen recorder. Now I'm going to open this here and it's not opening. I think MKV is not going to work, but let's check whether with the avi.avi, and then let's run it and then let's check whether is it going to work here. As you can see here, my screen is still recording. Now here let's wait for some time and then let's check whether is it still how it's going to save. Now let's go to this code, do some stuff, save, and we have around 20 lines. Now let's pause it. Okay, so for that I'm going to press the key Q on my keyboard. Q it and then it's going to close. Now let's open the file explorer, code, machine learning projects, screen recorder. Here we have the output and this is going to work here. So this I have done for very few minutes. Now I'm going to pause the video and then I'm going to record for some more time. Now guys, as you can see here on the screen that my program is still working here. So the mistake that I have done from the time was not because I was recording very much view, but it was just because here I have done a mistake, and that is if you rewind the video and see that color underscore BGR2 gray I have given, not RGB, right? So that was the main mistake. So I have done this mistake. Now if I give the RGB, it's working. If I go here, now here it's working with the AVI. Now let's run this video, okay? And let's see whether is it working or not. So as you can see here, my video is still recording here. Now I wanted to delete this one, and then coming back to here, I wanted to record this in the MKV video type, MKV, and then let's record it, and then if it is working then fine, and let's check whether with this MP4 also. Now this is also recording here. Now let's minimize this, go home, go close this one, go again, open this and close this one. Now guys, let's check whether is it working or not. Data science, machine learning projects, and then screen recorder, and it's also working in the MKV also. Okay, if I minimize this, if I keep the cursor on this one, it's 14.3 MB for the MKV video file. Now let's check with the MP4, and let's rerun it and let's check whether and something is showing OpenCV FMA and it's not supported with the codec ID 7 and format. Okay, so this is not supported for the MP4, and so here I'm going to just give as the MKV and it's going to work with the MKV. Okay, let's check whether did it recorded for the MP4. I have the output dot MKV and here I have the output dot MP4. Okay, now this is not working here. The reason is the codec is not supported with this one here, and here I have two video files, right? Now let's see for these two things. So this is by mistake I have printed a thing. Now let's delete that. Sorry, I have to delete this one, right? Now let's open this one. Now as you can see here, now this whole code will be given in the description below so that you can go there and copy the code. But guys, just see this video and then don't copy paste just by copying the code from the GitHub. Please watch this full video and then practice it with your own self, and then check whether is it working fine or not, and then check the code, check the code difference between my code and your code. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked this video, enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in another tutorial. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.